Hello and welcome to this webinar on academic writing. This webinar has been developed by the Academic Writing Centre at Technological University, Dublin. The purpose of this webinar is to provide you with a brief introduction to the fundamental principles and ideas in academic writing. You may be a Year 1 student puzzling as to what is meant by academic writing, or perhaps you have received feedback on your writing assignment stating that your project is not sufficiently academic in nature or style. You can see here the structure and sections of this webinar on academic writing. We will provide you with a definition for academic writing and explore in detail the various features of academic writing. We will also cover three central aspects of academic writing: genre, audience, and purpose. The terms genre, audience, and purpose may seem quite alien to you, and you may be wondering what they mean in the context of academic writing. In this presentation, we will explain their meaning and relevance to college writing. Also, you will be able to see how these concepts of genre, audience, and purpose connect with academic writing features. In general, as an introduction, academic writing is the form of writing we engage in college or university. So students, lecturers, and researchers engage in this type of writing. The general purpose of academic writing is to disseminate information and to expand on the existing knowledge and understanding of a topic or discipline. Therefore, through academic writing, we participate in a conversation with other scholars. So even you, as a student, you are an active participant in this conversation. This presentation focuses on academic writing in general. It therefore speaks to general academic writing principles or guidelines that are applicable across the range of academic disciplines. The quote in this slide provides Friedrich's definition to the term academic writing and highlights how the term academic writing encompasses various forms of writing in the discipline and across disciplines. This quote by Valdés describes in detail various aspects around academic writing and further enhances our understanding by providing additional information on characteristics and features of academic writing, such as its logical organization, lexical precision, or impersonal tone. Understanding the various features of academic writing is central to adopting a more academic writing style in your essays and writing projects. This slide serves as an introduction to the detailed exploration of academic writing features in the next few slides. It is of the utmost importance to adopt a structure for our academic writing, as it will enhance the writing and facilitate reading and understanding. We will explore structure, evidence, language, focus, and reference in the next few slides. Students are often required to write essays of varying lengths in college. This is a possible structure for an academic essay. It commences with an introduction that includes a thesis statement stating the topic and subtopics to be considered in the body of the essay. The introduction also provides an outline of the sections in the body of the essay. In general, we can say that we should allocate between 10 and 15% of the total word count to the introduction. It is important to know that writing the introduction gives us direction and focus as to what is important to include in the body of the essay, but we must be prepared to rewrite the introduction at the revision stage of our writing. The body of the essay accounts for between 75 and 80% of the total word count. It allows you to provide a comprehensive exploration of the topic in hand and to establish the context and parameters. You are required to include various sections and present a logical organization of the points you're covering by including a general to specific approach in the theme or topic you're exploring. Finally, the conclusion to your essay, similar to the introduction, accounts for between 10 and 15% of the overall word count. The communicative function of the conclusion is to bring together the conclusions arising from the exploration of the topic and of the arguments you have included. The IMRAD format refers to a paper that is structured in 4 main sections: introduction, methods, results, and discussion. This format is often used for lab reports as well as for reporting any planned systematic research in the social sciences, natural sciences, or engineering and computer science. The introduction provides the background to the experiment, explains relevant theories, and states the objective or objectives of the experiment. The method section, sometimes called methods and materials, describes the steps you completed during your investigation, the procedure, and the materials includes a list of everything needed to complete the experiment. It may include charts of procedures or diagrams of experimental setup. It also outlines any processing or calculations performed on the collected data. The section of results presents results of the experiment graphically by using tables and may also include your observations. The discussion section interprets key results in relation to the aims and research question, also summarizes key findings, and makes recommendations for to overcome limitations. Evidence-based writing is a key characteristic of academic writing. It is essential to anchor your ideas and arguments on scholarly sources extracted from books, journal articles, etc., and also on factual information contained in government publications, statistics, or indeed primary data you collected in your own research. When you're reading a scholarly publication again, try and identify how the author introduces evidence in his or her writing. Does it use quotation marks, summaries? Can you see how how other authors are cited in the text? The language used in academic writing displays clear characteristics that allows us to identify it as academic language. It is formal rather than colloquial. Thus, it does not use colloquial expressions or words, or indeed contractions. It is objective as it tends to use the third person rather than first-person statements. Therefore, in an academic publication, you will read sentences such as "the research explores," "the essay commences," etc., rather than first-person statements using the first-person pronoun I. When we talk about discipline-specific vocabulary, we're talking about the vocabulary, the lexical items that directly relate to your discipline. So if you're currently studying biology or computer science or media studies, what is the vocabulary of your discipline? What words are specific to your discipline? Can you use those words in your writing? Needless to say, your writing has to be grammatically correct by using the correct spelling, punctuation, and syntax. Coherence is the thread that keeps your text together. If you use link phrases and connectors correctly, it will keep your text together as a unit of thought with logically sequenced sections and paragraphs. Finally, an important feature is consistency in formatting and the correct use of the required referencing style for your discipline. In academic writing, it's just as important what to include as to what to leave out. In order to make this decision, it is essential to adopt a focus for your writing and let the focus guide you as a beacon of light to explore the relevant sources and literature. Delineate and demarcate the boundaries for your writing. You may structure your writing and adopt the general to specific technique, which in colloquial terms is sometimes referred to as the funnel technique. Finally, referencing directly connects with evidence-based writing. And as explained before, evidence-based writing requires introducing sources in your writing, citing authors and publications. It is important that you inform yourself as to the referencing style used in your discipline. The library service at TU Dublin has created quick referencing guides to APA and Harvard, and you may find this in the links below. We're now moving on to looking at genre, audience, and purpose. As I was saying at the start of this presentation, you may find these terms unusual, but through the explanation that follows in the next few slides, you may see their connection and relevance to academic writing. Understanding these terms will provide a framework for your academic writing. You may have used the term genre to refer to different music styles, from classical music to pop to heavy metal, or perhaps in literary genres. In academic writing, the term genre is used to describe text types that share specific characteristics that are easily recognizable and associated with an academic discipline. You can read a detailed definition by Halliday and see different genre types such as essays, reflective essays, lab reports, dissertation, etc. The idea of genre connects with the structure adopted for the text type. If you remember, we cover the structure of an essay and of a scientific report in slides 6 and 7. The term audience refers to the intended readership for your academic project. For you as a student, it is your lecturer or sometimes the external examiner. Your audience is your lecturer or sometimes the external examiner. When you're writing and making a decision as to what is necessary to include or to exclude, pause for a moment and think who is going to read your work and what level of knowledge of the topic they have. This will help you decide how to fine-tune your writing. As discussed previously, the primary objective of academic writing is to present information, to transmit knowledge, to explore existing knowledge, and perhaps to make a contribution to that body of work. Perhaps your writing assignment also contains a specific purpose. This specific purpose will provide you with direction and focus. If you're currently working on a specific written assignment, read the instructions and guidelines carefully and review the objectives contained in the instructions. In general, we can say that what is considered important is the student's ability to analyze and to demonstrate their ability to use critical thinking skills in the articulation of their ideas in writing. You can read the information in this slide in your own time and see what is valued in analytical, informational, argumentative, or reflective written assignments. As a brief summary, from a student perspective, academic writing is the writing you complete in college to fulfill a module or program requirement. So whether it's writing in exams, an essay, a lab report, or a dissertation, they're all forms of academic writing. In this presentation, we have explored important features of academic writing, such as structure, language, use of evidence, and referencing. And we have connected these features to the concepts of genre, audience, and purpose. In conclusion, when writing in college, you need to learn a new mode of communication that pays attention to issues around language, structure, and evidence. We are not born academic writers. We all have to learn this new mode of communication by engaging with reading in our discipline and developing an awareness as to structure and style of communication that is used and shared by scholars in our discipline. Finally, you can see here a list of references used in preparing this presentation. And I would just like to thank you for your interest in this topic and for your attention. And as a reminder, you may wish to go to the Academic Writing Centre at TU Dublin website, where you will find additional resources and information on academic writing support to students at TU Dublin. Thank you for your attention.